Hi, and welcome back to my channel, Poetry Sideshow. Today we have a poem all about a doll that I wrote, and I'll show you the doll in just a moment, but I have to preface this by introducing you to my special childhood friend so you can kind of understand where I was coming from when I was writing this. So, who you're looking at right now are two of my extremely special childhood friends. This wish bear here, he went to summer camp with me. I mean, just treasured, these are treasured childhood friends that I played with, that I loved, that were on my bed every single day, you know, of like growing up. And I'm in my bedroom right now, and here they are because they will always be with me. You know what I mean? Like they're that special to me. And then here we have Miss Adele Coretta, who was my treasured Cabbage Patch Kid, Christmas 1984, I believe. I was 5 years old. And notice the smudges. There's one on her face, like on her cheek, on her nose. She was like loved, adored, played with. I mean, this is my childhood. And I even have my sisters, Darcy Carey. My sister is not as sentimental as me at all. So I have her doll here, and look, I mean, same love, smudges, played with, adored. I'm so excited I get to make a video that has these dolls in them. Oh, and like this was my Humpty Dumpty, who I had since I was a baby. Okay, I just found the picture of, this is from the 80s. Like, I used to line up all of my dolls and take pictures of them. This is way before cell phones. This was done with like a regular camera. So there's my parrot that I still have. There's my Raggedy Ann that's at my mom's house. I still literally have like all of these. I have the chipmunks. They're in the other room. But there they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, there they are. Special to me then and special to me to this day. And I'm going to show you guys a couple of childhood pictures. All right, there's Adele Coretta, and notice the 80s phone there in the background. This is, you know, growing up at my grandmother's house. Here's a picture of me and my sister, and I blocked her out because, like, we used to say we were best sisters, and here we are with our little dolls. We would set up, like, a picnic blanket on the front porch and take our Cabbage Patch Kids out there, always with these dolls. They played with us inside, outside. There's my doll, Adele Coretta, that you just saw, and there's her doll, Darcy Carey, and there we are. I'm eating breakfast. There she is. I'm doing whatever, playing outside. She was with me. And then here's the picture of Christmas 1985, I would say. I'm probably like 6 here. And I know this was the year after I got my Cabbage Patch Kid. But yeah, so hopefully I'm making my point that these toys were not just toys to me. They were my friends and still are, and they're still very special to me. So all of that introduction was leading me to what this poem is about. Several years back, it's been a while now, I don't know, I loved my Cabbage Patch Kids so much, and the idea of maybe collecting them and having some new in the box ones was for some reason like kind of appealing to me. And I had about like 4 or 5 brand new ones, you know, still in the box that I got on eBay. And I've since sold like 2 of them. And I just started thinking, like, at first I thought it was so cool. You know, it's like my childhood memories preserved of like opening that gift on Christmas Day. And you can see this one looks a lot like the one that I have. She's even in it's not the same print. Mine has a striped dress, but she even has like the red hair, the pink and white dress. And I thought that that was like cool. Not that this would be more special than my doll, but just to have a new one preserved from the 80s, I thought was, you know, amazing. But you know, as time goes on and I see these little dolls in their box and their faces and they're brand new and they were never played with, it really started to bother me. Like, you're going to hear the poem that I wrote in just a second, but I started feeling really guilty. And so the poem that I wrote, and I'm about to share with you, is all about these dolls who have stayed in the box and were never played with. I was going to call this poem Doll in the Box and then Friend in the Box, but I might just call it Pain Behind Cellophane, because that's really what this is all about. How many more days or years will pass until she is played with and loved at last? Generations have grown, she's a vintage trend who has yet to be cherished by a little best friend. Time has marched on, has she lost her chance to be tossed in the air or dance in the grass? To be held while a child is running outside, to feel wind in her hair and see the blue sky. Instead, she's trapped in this cardboard prison, frozen in time in a single position, looking out and longing to be free. From behind the cellophane she sees others living, playing, and having fun, wondering why she had to be the one who stayed in a box for all of these years. She'd destroy her own box if she could fill it with tears. Yearning to be hugged and to play in the sun, has her life passed her by or just not yet begun? Perhaps meeting her best friend has been delayed, but why should a doll feel so dismayed? Dolls should be part of childhood days, but for this doll in her box she stays. Each passing year becomes even more sad. Think of the life she could have had. To be snuggled in bed while reading a book, or hide and play in a secret nook, becoming a little one's closest friend, hugs and kisses in the morning and at the day's end. That's what I have so far, and I actually cried like a couple times when I was writing this because it's so sad. I go on to explain, I think, more in the video, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. To me, this is just heartbreaking, and I know that there's bigger things in the world to worry about, but this is one of the things I think about. So part of me feels guilty. I feel like I should just rip her out of this box and play with it. But then there's like the whole other, you know, it's preserving like a moment in time, like it's preserving, you know, this 80s doll. I don't know. I have such mixed feelings, but part of me does just want to tear this open and like go run outside and play with her because this is sad to me. I worry about them. Like, is she just going to stay in this box like until the end of time? Like, what's going to happen? So leave me your thoughts, your feedback, comments, open to any questions, comments, and concerns you might have. And thank you very much for watching. Take care until the next time. Bye. Hey guys, so I'm adding this in after the fact. Here are the remaining two. So after the one that you've seen already, here are the remaining two that I have in my collection. This one is so cute. They both are. Like, this little boy, I'm starting to feel like he needs his own poem too. What do you think? I just wanted to say a real quick thank you to my new subscribers when I posted that YouTube short. I really appreciate you guys checking out the channel. If you were a fan of that show Wednesday on Netflix, who wasn't? Go ahead and check out my If You Are Tim Burton, Click Here poem. That's I still do this. It's winter, so in winter he's wrapped up, and then when it's warm outside, I unpopple him and he's out. And here's my chipmunks. These were also really, really special to me. At some point in the 80s, I decided to take a curling iron and try to style their hair because it didn't look like that. This one especially held nicely. But Theodore here was my favorite.